vying for some of the best talent around the country. Sarah Ollie caught up with AFL Talent Ambassador Kevin Shifter Sheen ahead of the 2021 edition.
Shifter, thank you so much for joining us. I know this week is a bit like Christmas for you, but is this draft unlike any you've ever experienced, just given how little football some of these boys have played in the last 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, it's like the giant jigsaw puzzle with some pieces missing, and the pieces being the Victorian boys didn't play last year, only played half of this year, and we haven't had national championships, so you can't get the complete line through them all. So I think the recruiters are polishing up that crystal ball. They need to be visionaries now with this draft, because it might be just that one game or a second game rather than a whole 40 games they've seen over 2 years that made them call the player's name out. So they're really earning their keep this year.
The number one pick can be a little bit of a poison chalice. It does put a lot of pressure on the boy who is selected with that top pick. But Jason Horne-Francis, he's come out and said to North Melbourne, make me number one, make me your first ever number one draft pick. Firstly, is he the best in this year? And secondly, what kind of number one draft pick does he compare to?
He's an outstanding player, no doubt. It was interesting because Nick Daicos, I've seen him interviewed in the last week, and he said, pick me number one. He wants to be the best young player and known as that. He has worked towards that, and that's a great thing. I think you want young players to be ambitious. I think Horne-Francis is pretty special. I was looking back at who you compare him to, and I'll throw in a couple of names for you. One, a contemporary star in Joel Selwood. That's the way he attacks the ball at ground level. He believes with all the players around that he's be the one that gets it. And goes ferociously at it, so he's a contested ball-winning beast and then uses it so well. He's got the poise of a Selwood to then see, and the vision to see the players on the outside, to slip it out to them. He kicks it very, very well. But I'll throw in a wee bit of Michael Voss, because he's pretty good in the air too.
Okay.
He's quite spectacular in the air and fearless there as well, backing into that pack, throwing himself at every angle. He's an exciting player, and what a way to finish his senior year, remember, at South Adelaide in a prelim final where he's best on the ground. Their side lost, but he had 22. He could have kicked 6 in that game. It was a spectacular performance by him. But Nick Daicos couldn't have done anything wrong. He averaged 35 possessions a game in everything he played this year. He played 5 games in NAB League. He played 1 representative game for Australia, the under-18s against Geelong's VFL side, and 1 challenge match against Vic Country. And 35 possessions is a pretty good output for any young fella playing in the middle of the ground.
So is Daicos better in your eyes?
No, I think they're both stars of the game into the future. Look forward to them both playing. And of course you've got Sam Darcy, Luke's son, that is special at 205 and 93 kilos. That's the thing that we haven't noticed, because they haven't played week to week. He's kept putting on size. He's no doubt working in a gym. Last we'd seen him, he was pretty thin and light. But no, he's a boy that could well be a great player that comes out of this draft. They're at the top end for sure.
Thanks for your time, Shifter.